What's going on, guys? Welcome to the pre-Thanksgiving Lowrider Build-Off finale.
I mean, no better way than to start off with the Lowrider, show contestant thing.
Well, normally we do this build-off announcement right before SEMA.
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of weird.
It is really weird.
Yeah.
It is really weird to do it this late in the year.
Yeah.
But obviously, as a lot of you guys know, we did not participate in SEMA this year.
Yep.
So, of course, this was an opportunity to give a little bit of an extension of time to a lot of builders, which I believe was an amazing thing because we saw a lot of people bring their A game this go around.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like they do every year. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely made it even harder, I think, to judge. And I'm just blessed that you and I didn't have to vote on any of these builds, but we had to show the company and each individual employee, right? We had them sit exactly in this chair one by one, and they scored 1 through 5, all their builds. And
I mean, that's what's the cool way that we did it this year was that, sales got to go and have a say, the warehouse got to go and have a say in it, parts department, and, there's a whole bunch of different people's opinions.
Right, and what's really great about it is that in a lot of ways, for these people that we're judging as a whole, as a community here inside, you have people that are hardcore car enthusiasts and some that are not. They're just, but they were able to take away something amazing from each individual builder. And, before we get into this, guys, this happens every single year when we announce a winner. And immediately everyone goes to, the groups and they go on Facebook and Instagram and they start, trash talking the winner and how this person that should have won. In my opinion, every single one of you stepped out of your comfort zone to put your car out there to be judged by your peers, to be able to see if you won an award. That makes you the bravest person out there. So I want to make sure that no matter who is announced as a winner here today, that we give everyone their flowers, that everyone gets the respect that they're due and owed, and that we keep it kind out there. A lot of these builders, some of these builders are year after year contestants that come back, and they keep getting better and better
with new builds. Yeah, right. The amount of hard work that goes into going and making these great piece of art, it takes a lot. And, it's cool to go and see it from, okay, we go and build them, right? But what you guys go and turn it into is something, it's absolutely incredible.
100%. And just to also preface this, guys, there was just about over 40 entrants this year, but quite a bit of them filled out the form, but they never either finished the car. Maybe they had intentions to post it up, but they never got it down, done and posted in time. There were a few that were posted after the fact, which unfortunately disqualified them. They posted on Saturday, and the last day, as we mentioned, for months on end was Friday, November 21st. And at the end of the day, we have, I believe, 5, 10, 15, oh wait, no, I'm counting wrong. 4. There's like 26 or something entrants that we want to share with you guys. And some of them are amazing builds, and some of them are some builders that have shown their growth. And we want to make sure that every single one of them that is on this list gets the appropriate respect due. It's really easy to judge something from where someone sits and stands and you didn't build anything. So for these folks to have gone out of their comfort zone, built something, and, really put their art on display, like you guys are awesome, and my hat goes off to you guys and have nothing but the utmost respect. With that said, I kind of have to say, man, Seth, you ruined it for everyone. Last year, Seth Carranza was the winner with an honorable mention with Joel Esparza with his ice cream truck. But his build, Hypnotized, really was a level above anything we have ever seen. And the issue with that is that, with a build like the one Seth did, he recreated the mold. And he made it
on the other underside, correct?
Right. Yeah. He literally raised the bar so high that it made it almost impossible to try to duplicate something of that caliber.
Yeah, the first time I ever seen a Phantom grill onto a 64 platform. Right. I've seen them a couple times ever since, right? But
right, suicide doors with a full interior, and not just that, but an interior, full interior, and the body still sat underneath the chassis,
and it drives.
Right.
The Oscar actually got to go and see it actually drive.
I filmed it. in Las
the
Vegas.
Lowrider show. Yeah. So
And,
that's something that's big, right? Because there's one thing of going and making it so that the interior goes and fits by removing the motor and the transmission and everything, but to go and have it actually running, that's the next level.
100%. And I think that's one thing that we've seen, again, the growth. I mean, let's face it, guys. I mean, today we're going to announce some winners that are going to be held up, to the same caliber of builds like the original, RC Lowrider winner, Louis Alcala. Right. I mean, with his amazing build. I mean, at that time, there wasn't the kind of parts that we now have. And Louis just broke the mold. And we thought for sure we wouldn't see anything better. Jeff Lozano won, alongside with him that year, and brought us an amazing build, which then led us to go into the next year where Jeff Lozano again wins another amazing build off. Right.
That's when I started.
Right. Exactly.
And that's such a long time.
We have, Dylan Longcho from France with an amazing midnight sunset. 64 with the rag top, doors opened up.
I remember when we first saw that car, we were just going like this, like, oh my God.
Right, like clear winner out of nowhere. Every year we've had builds that stood out completely from everyone else to a point where it would make it really hard to find a winner. And this year we had that same issue, but in a different way.
So like the thing is that like when it's something like truly unique, then that's what goes and stands out a lot, right? If it's something that we've seen, time and time again, right? Because like how you said, like parts weren't available, right? There wasn't the third party, builders out there, that are making parts, right? That are selling them.
And you have to also give it to these guys. I mean, these guys have gotten so creative over the last couple of years where like Seth's car was, he did a lot of the paint work, a lot of the 3D printing, a lot of the work himself. And there's been other builds that have been entered in where they've been a collaborative effort. I mean, that's a huge shout out, Justin Ulrich. His build, has a lot of hands involved inside of it, with a lot of different builders, painters and everything collaboratively, making one amazing build, just like Joe Esparza's vehicle was done last year. Artwork and paintwork was done by, I believe, Armando Flores, and he did all the building as well. So
for the cartoon band.
Right. And this is no different than what we see in the real one-to-one scene, where as a builder, you take your car to the biggest, baddest painter in the world, and then you go and get your wheels from the best wheel company that you can, and then you send it to the best hydraulic company that you can, and you build amazing.
But that's what, like exactly how you said. That's what happens. The builders go, or the different manufacturers go and come together, and they go and make a build out of those parts.
Right, 100%.
Normal.
And guys, just so you guys know, I know that my moderator's watching comments. He'll answer questions as they come. I personally on my screen have comments turned off at the moment because I want to focus. It's going to be a big show. We're going to go through every single one of these cars and announce the winner. And obviously, I want to get us there as quickly as we can. So we appreciate you guys being a part of this. Every single one of you guys that have entered and have supported, all of those are the builders out there. Again, my hat goes off to you guys. Every single one of you deserves your flowers and respect. And I think we should just get right into it.
So
and start looking at the builds that made the final cut.
Take a seat, get your caffeine, and we'll power through this. It's gonna be a long one.
Yes. All right. So a lot of clubs get represented. Right. A lot of
they make it known, man.
Yeah. And it's kind of great to see it happen and see it grow. And it's because of all of you amazing folks out there that really make this even possible. I'll be honest with you, my stomach is in knots. I am stressed out to do this live today because for many reasons. I want to do it justice, give respect to every single one of these builders. And like always, no matter who we win, someone always feels upset about their build. And as I mentioned before, we sat every single employee at Redcat in these 2 chairs and one by one had them rate all of the cars on a 1 to 5 scale.
No influence. We left the room and then we let them go through the pictures.
There was a time where once we got to the finalists, we actually came in and we made everyone revote again. And at that point, we answered questions about the build, questions that we would have. So things that stood out to me on every single build, and the details, because there's some car people and non-car people, and want to make sure that they saw the amazing craftsmanship.
The different themes that were going on with it and everything like that.
Right. And then at some point, we had a tie. And that tie had to go into a tiebreaker, and then that tiebreaker got into another tie, and
yeah,
it was nerve-wracking to say the least. But without further ado, let's get into it. And as we share these are going to be shared with you guys in alphabetical order, and then we will go down to the actual winner. So again, guys, if you guys can do me a favor, emoji flowers for all of these amazing builders that we're going to be talking to. Again, some of these builds, I'm going to give you some examples as well of some of these builds as to why it's important when you submit to do what some of these builders did, and sometimes why it's hard to judge a car based off of, you know, what we didn't get enough of.
Yes.
So some of these builds in here made this cut for that reason, to show you guys as an example as well. So in no particular, well, in alphabetical order. I was going to say no particular order. In alphabetical
you catch
order.
yourself.
Yep. Let's start with the first one up. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go from there.
Not that screen.
Yeah, right. All right. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Here we go. So first and foremost, we're going to start with Aaron Ayala. Aaron Ayala has a couple builds that he entered in this year. Aaron has made the finalist list a couple years in a row with his builds. So I got to give him much love, much respect. He did a complete different type of build that we have not seen. And the reason why I love this is because it's unique in every sense of the word.
I mean, after going and watching videos of like these builds, like in actual life, right? I'm like, wow, I've never seen something like this.
Right. This is a Japanese-inspired Datsun, and the reason why I made the cut was because of its total uniqueness. Obviously, he was working with the restraints of the body and its fitment, and we know that was an issue. But this is unique in that sense that it's something we have never seen before.
The exhaust pipes,
right? This is a huge thing in Japan. So, Aaron, man, I love that you thought outside the box and you brought us something that we have not seen before. And I got to give you much love and respect for this, because again, it takes unique builds that stand out to really, you know, get out there and do something that no one has really done and seen before. So this was one of his builds as well. Obviously, there's a lot of little details that he did. There's some things that, you know, could have been done a little bit more meticulously. But again, he stood out. He put his heart into something, and it speaks more than what other people did. It didn't even show up.
It made us go and be like, okay, that's pretty unique.
Right. I mean, he did an interior in it as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Boso style, super rad.
The carbon fiber wing.
Yeah. So, you know, big shout out to Aaron for this. I even like the little Japanese diorama in the background as well. Just thinking outside the box. So much love to him. Guys, if you guys can do me favors, let's give Aaron some flowers for his build. And I'm going to show you his build, the number 2 here as well. This one is called the Fiend. And the Fiend is a hauler. And it is a themed around like a
wrestler, actually.
Is it really? Is it a wrestler?
So, you know, Aaron is this encyclopedia of like wrestling, right? And then it said, it's based on a wrestler that I believe passed away, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I didn't know.
Very, very cool. I had no idea either, and that's why we keep a nerd of every kind, of every.
We're very diverse here.
Right,
you know?
right. Absolutely. Aaron, you know, did something completely different, which I totally love. Again, you know, and just things that really stand out, and really, you know, got to give him much love and respect for his builds. And he also made the finalist list as well.
I want to go and double check and make sure that's that's correct there.
Interior done as well. Now I want to really preface this by saying, guys, it's really important that when you share pictures of your builds, that you guys share ample pictures, not just a video. A video doesn't do it justice by itself. Being able to get a lot of different angles allows us to see when we share these photos with the team members, the amount of work that was actually done to these builds.
Yeah, like, you know, well, last year we had a couple of COE builds, right? Like this year we actually got, you know, a couple of them or a couple more of them. So it's always cool to go and see something different, right? We always see like the 64. We actually saw, you know, something else that was different this year that just came out this year. So that was pretty cool to see. But we'll talk about that later on.
100%. So yeah, guys. So that is Aaron Ayala's The Fiend build based off the Redcat hauler. So big shout out to Aaron. Aaron, you are amazing. Year after year, you keep showing up and you keep standing up and representing for addictive habits. Thank you so much for all of your hard work, brother, man. It is amazing to see you back in the ring once again with us. Next up, we have C's and Oso. Now, again, as you guys saw, Aaron, plenty of pictures, lots of angles. We get to see a lot about the build. Same thing with this Fiend, lots of pictures. Very important, guys, as I mentioned, when you guys submit to do this. Season Oso 929 has an amazing build. This, unfortunately, left me wanting to see more. Yep. And this is one of those things where this is all I have.
And it's really hard because, you know, a part of us are saying like, oh, maybe he's, you know, hiding something, right?
Or is it just, you know, didn't get around to sharing things, you know? And this is why it's important to really take your time, focus on taking photos and posting as many as you can so that we can get a really good vision of the vehicle all in all.
Well, especially at this caliper, right? Because the littlest detail makes a difference, right?
100%. So you can see here, we're talking about this teal colored car, and you can see that there's details involved in this car, but we need to see more. Now, thankfully, there was a video shared in the 11th hour that allowed us to, let me turn that off here. So we don't get copyright issues.
Like we would have loved to see like a straight on shot of the engine bay, straight on shot of the trunk. Well, that one, we got to see a little bit just a little bit more details.
Right, the undercarriage, photos of the artwork. Great build. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, you know, maybe a top 5 in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, compared to what we've been seeing.
Very clean build.
Oops, let's exit here. Okay. So Season Also, thank you so much for your entry on this build. I loved it. This was actually one of my favorites on top of what everyone else has done. But again, it's really important, and I preface this, when we're judging, we need to see a lot, you know, to be able to show the crew that's doing the voting to really do this car justice. And it's important to really get a lot more.
Like a lot of pictures, and the video does help, right? A 360 video just so that we can see it like in more detail.
Right. Next up, we have Chris Valdez. He entered in 2 vehicles. He entered in a F Cancer build. We actually really liked the paint. It was a really popular car amongst the people that saw it. A lot of details. The paintwork was amazing and phenomenal all the way through. These builds start to get a little bit intricate because we start to see, you know, trunks and hoods open up, right? The details are beginning to start to show themselves.
Yeah, this one was special because the actual covering for the engine went and popped open. Like something completely different than what we've seen in the past.
Oh, that's right. This one, the valve covers.
Yes.
Yeah. This one was interesting. We didn't see it at the beginning, but the valve covers actually open up, which was something we had not seen before. Something that really stood out to the people that saw this photo, these photos, when doing the judgment.
Oh, and then the hood was actually smooth there. Usually they have like that bracing.
Lexan, yeah. And this was obviously a tribute build, I'm assuming, to a family member, his mother. You can see the trunk setup was done. You know, you have the seats inside, not a full 3D drop interior,
but still very nice.
A lot of detail done up, you know, inside of it, and big shout out to him. I love the trunk setup with the bow tie inlay as well, the faux hydraulic lines running in. I mean, these little details always stand out when you're showing off a vehicle like this, and that's why, again, it's really important. Of course, this is a Miho Customs painted car, so big shout out to him. I know he has had his hands on a couple of the vehicles that were entered in, and his paintwork is on display big time here this year, so big shout out to him and everyone involved. So all right, let's take a couple more shots of this. So big shout out to him. Thank you, Chris Valdez, for your entry here. We're going to take a look at your second entry. This second one is called High Times. The hauler is not included in the actual build itself.
It's still pretty cool.
But it matches, right? It's a whole total theme.
Yep.
But obviously the car itself is what is on display, right? And one thing that stood out to me right out of the gate was, let me see if I can
zoom in a little bit.
Oh, why can't it? Did I do something? Here we go. not only does he have suicide doors, but they're Lambo
Yeah.
suicide doors
Yep.
with the mural of Cheech and Chong, one on the hood, one on the underneath the hood or on the trunk.
On the trunk, yes.
Yep. Embossing, done in the interior as
It was
well.
like a quilted type of vibe. Yep.
You can see the seats inside, full 3D drop. And what I love about this build is that the chassis is not overly sticking out underneath. Like, unfortunately, we do see quite a bit when you use this. And what he did is there is some of it exposed. You guys can see
But it goes
here.
with the flow of the actual paint job.
Right. He actually matched the paint, so it kind of hides it in that sense. And it looks really, really good. Great job. Mirrors on the inside as well. Paintwork done amazingly, phenomenally. I love the water details as well to the paintwork. I know you as a painter.
Yeah, I went and saw that. It was like, oh, that's new.
Nice trunk setup as well. You can see the interior done up. Wheels. I mean, yeah, this is
engraved bumpers.
This is what it's about. I'm saying a really awesome.
The discs. Yep.
An awesome build. Everything matched really well. So thank you, Chris, for your entry. Definitely, again, a top contender, and with every reason to be here in the finalist list as well. All right. Next up, we have Daniel McGo. Daniel McGo with his Hell Camino. This was an awesome build because it was something we had not seen before.
The flake on this thing
is amazing. Yeah. Obviously, we would have loved to see some Lexan windows to
tie it in.
But great work from the interior all the way through. Daniel has been,
Yeah, so it started its life out as a 59. I can see a little bit of 3D printing, I would assume, or maybe. Yeah, definitely 3D print, but very cool.
Right. Great work on the paintwork as well. Love to have seen more photos. Like always.
Well, more spaced out, right? It seems like, some of these photos are really, zoomed in, which highlights the paint, right? For sure.
So big shout out to Daniel. Thank you so much, brother, man. Bolt up, bro. Chargers out there holding it down. Always great seeing you when I get an opportunity to see you in person. And this is just another great build that made the finalist list. Again, definitely left us wanting a little bit more because we needed to see a little bit more pictures to really see more of the details that you put into this thing. But again, food for thought for you guys that are entering next year, hopefully if we continue this vibe. Next up, we have Devin Sandy. Devin, this build, I love it. I was a big fan of this build. It looks like it was a black 63. Looks like we have some monster graphics stickers on it as well. The wheels look phenomenal. I love the engine sticking out of the hood. I love the way you cut the hood open there, right? So that you can see the valve covers popping through. Awesome build. I really dug this one. Now, originally we couldn't tell that the trunk opened up until we saw this picture, but we didn't see any photos of the trunk. So it left us again wanting to see a little bit more of this build. But amazing. I love it. It's awesome. You did a phenomenal job on this build as well. Here's a little video that we got to see of it as well that he created. I try to find everything I possibly could on these builds to try and do them justice when displaying them. If that trunk does open up, again, I want to see what's underneath there, if so, but great build, man. Great job. All of you guys so far, amazing builds. And this is called The Heartbreaker by Devin Sandy. All right. Let's see. Next up, we have Donald Simon with his 64. This was also a crowd favorite when we shared it as well. All of these were, which is why they made this list. But this one really stood out to a lot of folks. Obviously, you have a Corvette engine, right? Really want to make sure that you knew it was a 7.0, as you guys can see with the lettering here and whatnot. He even has the belts, which was a great touch, to the engine. But I love the matching springs with the paint itself.
Dude, the wheels.
Yes.
Like the wheels, like there's a separate picture of the wheels in there. Like, really good job, man. Like,
right. And again, we start to see this happening where the people that are judging this they're starting to notice this, which is that we're starting to see the chassis hanging out from underneath. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, a lot of times points are lost when we see this type of stuff. It's beautifully done, don't get me wrong, but attention to detail. You know, when you saw Seth's car and he didn't have a lot of sticking out and he had a full interior, you know, it made us leave a lot to be desired in that sense. You know?
Just a thought for those future builders out there.
Here, you know, when it's sitting down on its weight, you can see that the gap isn't as big, which
it's more so towards like the mid portion of the vehicle.
But look at the paint work. How much detail, hours were put into all of this intricate designs and layering of paint. You know, from using the aluminum tape, you know, ductwork tape and engraving it as well. Just great work, man. A lot of attention to detail. Build that really, you know, stood out.
Yeah, the engraving in there again with the foil sticker in there.
Right. Engraving done on the bumper as well.
Yeah. Now that is very impressive.
The trunk on this thing was also extremely well done. Let me see if there's a photo. There's the interior, which is, I think, an interior that we've been seeing quite a bit lately. Let's see. I believe there was a shot of the trunk.
Yeah, there is.
Where it is. Here we go. Here's the trunk itself. Now, there's something really cool about the trunk. The trunk has this nice setup done where there's a window you can see the 2 amps. Right, really awesome addition. Your faux speakers, you know, for appearance purpose. I love that. Great touch. Look at those wheels.
Geez, man.
And again, collaborative effort. You know, there's guys out there that are known for doing this to these wheels, and they do a great job.
How much patience do you have to go and do that for not just one wheel, but for all 4 wheels? Right,
and I do believe someone did these wheels. You know, really well known in the hobby. And off the top of my head, if you guys know it, drop it in the comments who makes these wheels. Unless you did these yourself, then awesome, you know. But I know there's someone out there that's really well known for doing that design work. So here's a little video of it as well.
Oh, does he have a name for this? It looks like he does.
I do believe so, but when I found it, I don't believe that I saw one in there. So, all right. So yeah, guys. So again, Donald, Simon, thank you so much. Awesome build. Definitely something that stands out. Great job on that. Next up, we have Francisco Camacho. Now, I think we saw this one last year. He re-entered again this year.
I love the old school, you know, crate engine in there. That's really cool. And then the radiator. I believe he had that last year, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe not the optimum battery in there.
Right.
Very cleanly done.
Right. Now, interior on this one, obviously, we don't have a full 3D deep interior, right? And we've seen with some of these other builds. But I love the simplicity of the build with the paintwork and everything involved with it. Just great execution, I feel. Great representation of a lowrider in general. So, you know, again, thank you so much for this entry, Francisco. As always, it's great seeing you back in the ring with everyone else involved. All right. Next up we have, again, as I mentioned, when it comes to wanting to see more from a build that has us intrigued, this build actually had us intrigued. Now, obviously, it looks like it's a driver's edition 59, but he went ahead and cut a hole in the top to give it that the sunroof, right?
And then I gave it with
interior,
an
engine bay, right? It definitely left us wanting to see more of this build. So, you know, that's why I always say it's important when you post up your builds to really give us a lot more. And of course, when we've started the build off, you know, later this year than normal, regardless if you try to post all year long and tag and post, you know, it makes sense when this opens up. There's specific hashtags you want to use and you want to tag us for the build off specifically. You can tag us all you want all year long. If you're not doing it for this specific entry of build off, then it's going to be hard to see your vehicle, you know, being here on display in that sense. But when you have a build like this that has us intrigued, like, man, I really want to see more of this. I want to see more of the interior.
It looks like he has a pretty deep interior. I might be wrong, but it's really hard to tell. That's the thing.
Right. And thank you to Moderator. He let me know that the wheels on the last one, Ricardo Mijo said that they are the Julian Blay wheels, which he does a lot of the wheels for the community. And dude, I'm telling you, there is no one better at the scene that does that.
Great work. Like, because like even on the knockoffs, like how small the knockoff is, you know, it's engraved. That's, you know, very cool.
100%. 100%. So this build was from Fudge Dog Shriver, and again, I loved it. I wanted to see more of it, and it left me hungry and thirsty to see more pictures and more of the work done.
But good job on the decal and the for.
Oh, for the sunroof? Yeah, dude. I mean, we see people that can't lay down a straight line. Yeah. And I mean, again, you just, dude, I love
because
it.
It hides the cuts very well, right? You know, it looks intentional. It looks, you know, right. It looks factory.
Right. And we again, brother, the reason why it's here is because it has us intrigued. We just wish we could have seen a little bit more of it. And yeah, no matter what, it definitely left us wanting a little bit more. Yes, we were left thirsty to see more of it for sure. So, all right, next up we have Giovanni Sayeg, I believe is how I pronounce his last name. This also was a build that stood out quite a bit. Now, it didn't have the opening trunk, the opening hood, but there was a lot of details that really left us.
It did have a
removable top. Yep. You know, but it was actually a favorite in a sense that it was just tastefully done.
Yeah, very clean. Yeah.
We love the interior, though. It wasn't a full 3D drop interior. It had a lot of details involved in the interior. I mean, even underneath, you know, you have the engraved work. You have obviously
the shocks, right? They're matching.
Yep. And this is where, again, the photos really leave a lot to help us see the details put into a build. You know, although it wasn't a 3D deep interior, he did a lot of the detail work to the interior tray that really kind of stood out in a lot of ways, allowing us to see, you know, everything from the doormat or the floor mats to the embossing, you know, to the little bit of engraving, even the 3D printed tray for where the cup holder is, you know, these little things.
And it's flush.
Yes. And so although it sits flush, it really gave us a feel of depth when you look at it in this level, right? So great job, Giovanni. This one was also, you know, another great example of giving us a lot more photos to see.
I was saying sitting flush where we don't see the chassis.
Oh, yeah. No, I see what you're saying, 100%. So yeah, great job on this one. Another great build. And yeah, man, all you guys do a lot of great stuff. So next up, we have Harold Emmons. Now this one, the reason why I wanted to share with you guys is because this one had potential. I loved it. He left it's a GTO. He left the hood clear to see the engine bay. We see a set of wheels. He did some progress pics, you know, along the way. But we never saw a completed set of photos. But I felt like
I'm a fan of GTOs, so you know, this is right up my alley.
Right, but I feel like we needed to share it. We needed to share with the world that this is something that has not been seen.
Yes. Right? You know,
it's something new, a body that we don't see very much of. You know, the interior was not done. The top was left clear to really see. So I envisioned that. He did a matte black top. You know, it definitely left us like, man, this had a lot of potential to have something that on a body that we haven't seen a lot of, you know, and for that reason alone, we really wanted to make sure that we shared this build so that the world can see it and give you your flowers where they were due, man, because it definitely was a build headed in the right direction, and I really wish I could see even more of it and in its completion. Obviously, if this is completed, then hey, you did an amazing job so far.
That dark green, you know, very cool.
100%. And this one was from Harold Emmons. So thank you, Harold, for your hard work and dedication. And again, putting yourself out there and joining the den of builders. Next up, we have Jesus Martinez. This is also another favorite. This one was El Envidioso, which is the jealous one, is what it translates to. And again, I'm assuming these are another set of Julian Blay wheels.
Amazing.
Yes, 100%. Stands out in the crowd. Great build. Love the interior work. Obviously, 59, we no longer are making that body. So anytime anyone does anything with it, it stands out. The paintwork looks amazing. Nice, deep depth involved. You can see the, the shading in there.
Great touch on the license plate, by the way.
Yes, yes, matches the vibe 100%. You know, I love you got El Chavo del Ocho.
Nice.
You know,
I just now noticed that.
Yep. So
he has a hat too in the background.
Yep. So really, really awesome build, man. I love it. Team Yonkis out there holding it down and representing. So thank you so much. Again, something I really wanted to see more of as well. Interior was great. I mean, look at that infinity mirror look. A lot of work was done on that interior to make it pop in that sense. And it's definitely a build that stands out. So, you know.
That's so awesome.
All right. Next up, we got John Lara with the 64. And I love this build. I really wish I could see more
of it, yes.
Photos of it as well. But I love it because if you see this photo here, you notice that it has a Continental kit, but there's no spare. And the reason why I love this build is because I found out after doing my own research, when I was compiling these photos and getting everything gathered up, that this was an homage to his daughter, right? And his daughter, here's a video here that I'll share with you guys. Here's the build itself. Really fast-paced photos, hard to get everything, but if you guys,
like in that split second right there,
you guys can see there's a wheelchair, and if I'm not mistaken, his daughter is in a wheelchair. Look at that interior. I mean, that's amazing. And I'm trying to pause. Let me see here. There it is. You can see the death row, Snoop Dogg in the back, the holder for the wheelchair. It's an awesome build, you know? And I think if we would have been able to, again, get more photos of things of that nature, it would have allowed us to see a lot more of the build. And I love it, though. I think it's an amazing build, and I love any kind of build that's purpose built. It's a convertible, and it has, you know, the rag top feel on top as well. Great work. I loved it. It's great build. So welcome to the finalists. You did an amazing finalist list, and you did an amazing job on this. Let's get out of here. Here we go. He also has a second car that he entered in, and this one left me really, again, wanting to see more. While doing my search on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok, I found this video with the hashtags to see this build, and awesome build from what I can see. You guys can see Jeffrey's loved it too. He says, so nice. Awesome work.
Phantom grill, shaved down underneath belly.
And again, being able to give us more photos to be able to see more of it really helps us to understand the build and the quality of build that you did with it.
Engraved bumpers.
But as you guys can see, that's the one only thing that I was able to find on the car that had all of the appropriate hashtags and tags for the build off rule set.
The ones that have a lot of pictures and then even a video, like that's very helpful.
And I think next year what we may do is let me go back here. I think what we may do next year, and I'll continue on in a second, is make it so that maybe we have you guys send photos into sa@redcatracing.com for the monthly
the show,
virtual car show. Maybe we'll do it that way, where you have to fill out the form, and then you send me an email with your photos and maybe links to where you share those things as well.
Yeah, maybe say like you have to have like 6 photos at least, or a certain amount of photos in there.
At minimum and maximum number with the videos.
Just so that, you know, when we go and open up, like some of these, we'll go and open up the folder, and it's just a massive amount of pictures, which, you know.
And again, the more is better. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can go wrong with more. And I think that's the most important
because
thing.
Like a lot of these are like splitting hairs, right?
Yes.
Like if we have, you know, all the pictures, like we can see all the details, and we can go and give a better decision-making process,
right. All right, let's continue going then. Next up, we have Justin. You know what's messed up is I always messed up his last name. I thought it was Aldridge, but it's all ledge.
Arledge? Okay.
Yes. Justin, man, I met Justin a few times out here in Arizona. Great dude. Always very hospitable whenever I see him at car shows, and I love his vibe, and I'm really happy to see him involved in making these builds. He has 2 builds that he entered in. Let's start with this one here. This is called Brown Sugar. It's a 59 that he did. I saw this one in person for the first time, I think earlier this year. Has a engine bay done up as well, an interior. Obviously got brown sugar boxes there. Yeah. Great work, man. I loved it. Like always, when we're talking about a build, it's important that you post up as much as you possibly can on the build itself. A video helps, but more photos of the undercarriage and everything always go a lot further, as always, to be able to, when we have the team vote on these, to be able to give them the best
information.
Yeah, the best description of your vehicle. So great job on your 59, Justin. This is a beautiful car. He did, you know what, I skipped his first one. So this one.
Oh, he did 3.
He did 3. Yeah, my bad. So I should have started here. So this is another one that Justin did. Justin entered in 3 cars. And this one's called Game Over.
Yes.
Game Over is a gorgeous car.
The TV.
Yes. Great attention to detail. Did an amazing couple little videos for it as well. Again, photos, man, help immensely wherever possible. Here's one of the videos that he did. You can see the TV in the back. Working 4 speakers. Engine bay done up as well. I think the only thing is that is here. You guys can see the chassis sticking out when you start using the 3D drop interior.
This one was pretty big.
Yeah, these things kind of stand out to us quite a bit when the people are voting, and they're kind of sticklers about the cleanliness. So they do pay attention to those things and the final execution of a build.
Sunroof, very clean.
The paintwork is amazing. I believe this is also a Mijo Paints car as well.
And he's been popping up lately.
Yeah, he's done a lot of paint work on a lot of these cars. All these guys have done amazing work. Everyone involved that gets involved with these things. Again, I think the best cars are always done in a collaborative effort, but I have a lot of respect too for those that do it on their own as well. I think there is no wrong way though, of doing it. This, I think, the other video that we have of it, or
I think that's it.
I think there was one more video. This one.
Oh yeah.
So Justin, man, congratulations. This is an awesome build. Thank you again for allowing us to have your build here on display for the entire world to see. It's awesome. So even here, with the mirror, we know there's stuff underneath, but it'd be really great to have seen close-up photos of that.
Maybe like in 3-wheel motion, so we can go and see underneath.
Yeah, or even not. Even standing the car up and having someone take photos. Again, all of it.
All the details matter.
Right. Exactly.
Very nice, man.
Right. EPG Scale says, I turned on comments here really quick. It says that the mounting of the body right is not the interior. Actually, we've seen that quite a bit with that interior. And you'll see it in a couple of the builds that have been entered in. The people that have been using that interior is what we've noticed it being the norm. Unless, again, EPG, every video that you do, I doubt that every video he didn't put the body on straight. So I do believe that there's something to be said about
there's something going on there.
But regardless, it's something that stood out to us, in that sense. So whether it's not putting the body on right, it just makes sure it gives you an idea to make sure that you do always, when you take your photos and videos, to make it the best representation possible, because that's what's going to get judged on. So got that. But great work, Justin. I love your builds, man. Here's another one. This is a themed car for Freddy Krueger, Monte Carlo. I love how you use the material to match the Freddy Krueger theme and feel. Obviously, sticker lay down. I know it's a little harder to lay down those stickers on a painted surface like that, but
T-top.
Yep. Great work. And I love the theme of it for sure. And yeah, so thank you again, Justin, for that awesome build. Next up, we have Mark Jaramillo. Now, this one, we only got one picture to share with you guys, and it's in a video format. And we want to see more. You know,
because we're a sucker for square bodies here at the office, right?
We're big fans.
And we're like, oh, C10, and then we just wanted to go and see more pictures of it. We were excited.
Right. Just like when RC East does his builds, man, it's really nice to see his builds go out and the stuff that he does. You know what I'm saying? We're big fans of Chevys in general, but you guys can see we have just that one thing to judge on. And again, some of these builds that are in here, it left us wanting more, but they were too cool to not share with you guys.
Yeah.
Mike Kell, FiftyNine, awesome build as well. I loved it. Definitely nice execution.
26ers, yep.
Always important when you guys take pictures, as I always mention, detail is great. I love the engine bay. I love that he has that faux engine. It would have been nice to have, added contrast, because it looks like he just painted the whole entire plastic piece.
Maybe the valve cover be black, just to go and separate it out.
Or the even if it was painted, maybe the valve of the air cleaner, that signature red color, or the silver around the tip, the booster. It just seems like the entire tray was painted one shot, and it makes sense in that regard.
Well, very clean though, and then. I don't know if all these had them, but it looks like there's a clipping. There's a clipping system right there.
Like you see the clips? Very cool done. Yeah, big. And this is one of our, big wheel cars as well, with the Continental kit in the rear. And I love the trunk setup. It's something that we have not seen.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Kind of a box, so awesome build, man. I love it, Mike, man. Great job, and welcome to the den. Next up, we have Robert Campbell with this hauler, and I believe this one's called White Widow. So this started off as a hauler, and we've seen pictures of this build kind of in progress over the last year or so. From what I understand, he didn't finish it in time for last year, or finish it right afterwards. So of course he's trying to gun to see if he has any chance of getting in. And one thing that stood out to me about this build is that there wasn't anything untouched about it.
Yeah,
it's very simple, and like a less is more kind of a vibe from the interior.
But when you take the body off, like the body, so like for instance, for this, that he went and took off the actual chrome bits on there, right? Right.
He shaved off the bezel around the headlights there, to take off the trim, and this. I mean,
he had his own wheel wells to it.
Right. And then had to mold it in, extra wide. That the wheels are one-offs as well, and I believe they're 26-inch tires stretched over his wheels as well.
But when it comes to stuff like this, when we go and see it, we can appreciate the amount of detail, or how much work it took to go and take this apart, paint each and every component in itself, and put it together again.
Even put a drive shafts. To stick
chrome,
out, chrome them out. He stripped down the frame rails. I mean, everyone that we showed this to, they noticed all of these details, and they're like, "That's not how it comes." Wow. Yeah. And so it's really hard to.
And then it's bare metal, right? The frame rails, and I'm assuming that it's clear coated on there. But he had to take apart the whole entire COE to go and get to those frame rails, right?
Right.
That's
and the documentation of the photos help.
The 59 lenses.
This detail right here. 59 taillights molded into the back. That was crazy.
But then the dovetail,
and
back end.
The mold work done into the, the bed itself. I mean,
it's a perfect reflection too. The actual prep and paint work, right? It's a mirror.
Yeah. I mean, it's a build that really, it's stood out. How can you not, and again, it's not the standard flashy, lowrider sense that we've seen in the past, but
the stuff that he did do, right? It's a one-off, right? It's something that we haven't seen. Don't get me wrong, when we go and see the other builds, right? The collaboration, but when we go and see something that's completely new and unique, that's really cool for us to go and see.
Robert, man, my hat goes off to you, man. Whether you win or not, man, this is an awesome, awesome build, and all of your hard work and whoever you work with collaboratively. If you did everything on your own, awesome. If you work with someone, awesome. But this is just a great build that stands out in any crowd. And you don't have to appreciate full lowriders to see
The Pro White,
the work that was done on this build. I mean, I think even the TV works, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I mean, again, it's definitely a build that less is more, but yeah, shout out to you, brother, man. The great work. So let's keep this going though. And next up we have Rodney Young. Now the reason why Rodney Young's in the mix again, Rodney Young has entered the last couple of years. And every year that he enters, Rodney's builds get a little bit better and better and better. And I love seeing him not give up and still showing up no matter what. And my hat goes off to him because, you know, his stickering is getting better. I mean, that's the cleanest I've seen him do so far. And it's awesome to see him here. And I just love this. I love seeing people coming back year after year, no matter what they face, no matter what they're doing, they're showing up. And I love it, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, Rodney, man, I appreciate you, you know, year after year, you don't give up. And this is why you're back in the den once again, you know, showing your amazing work, and we appreciate you being here and being a part of this community. So thank you so much for all your problems, for all your hard work. This build's called 99 Problems.
I thought you said probs.
Probs. Yeah. So yeah, awesome work, man. So we love this. We love seeing this kind of stuff and people that don't give up and keep coming back. I mean, always in a lot of sense, you know, I'm a big fan of the underdog in that regard. And I love seeing people that don't give up and they keep showing up and try to make waves every single year that they possibly can. So, you know, it's awesome. So, all right, next up. Where are we? We're almost at the end, guys. Tito Maciel with the 64, another great build. The only thing I found was this video, but I love it. It's amazing. Great undercarriage, got the engraving sticker kit on it. Paintwork looks great. Chassis has been painted. I don't have a trunk set up. I don't have a hood.
It looks like you had a quick release in the back for the lights.
Right. This is, I believe, one of the Lexan interior trays.
Battery, maybe.
Right. Yeah. For quick disconnect. Awesome. I wanted to see more still, but awesome build like always. You know, it's great. Welcome to the den. Thanks for being a finalist. All right, next up we have Tony Roberto. This was one of my favorites as well. I mean, they all are. All of these are my favorites.
Yeah, the Bel Air.
I love the fact that, again, different body, Bel Air, you know, chassis sits nice and
and
flush.
then you put the skirts in the back, too.
Has a skirt still on there. This is called El Chalino. For those of you guys who don't know, Chalino Sanchez was a Mexican folk singer, really well known in the industry, that unfortunately was taken away from us in a violent format, sang his way all the way to his death. Great paintwork. I love this display. I love it. This is what I'm talking about, man. Thinking outside the box and builds that just stand out. And there's a lot of you guys that have builds out there that do great work. So beautiful Bel Air. I love it. It's awesome. Here's a quick video of it as well on display. RC Lowrider Connect. What's going on, good sir? Thank you for hanging out. So great job on that one. Awesome build. Again, like always, being able to add more photos here would be awesome to see the undercarriage maybe and to see what kind of more details went into this. But great work, no matter what. Great work. All of you guys, great work that have been made it this far. Next up, we have Tony Torres Garage, I believe is what it is. And he has two builds. I actually really liked these builds.
Yeah.
These were badass because it's something that I have not seen just yet.
I don't remember what. Oh, yeah.
This is badass because we just dropped this car.
Dude, so kudos to you for, you know, building this in the time frame that you had.
Right. Big block hanging out underneath. Got the wheels with the wide stance on a Caprice. Like, dude, this is sick. Badass, man.
The blower.
I love it. Yep. So welcome to the finalist. Welcome to the den. You are a finalist, sir. This is an awesome build. And because of its uniqueness and because we haven't seen any of these bodies entered in, it had to be shown.
Dude, a lot of people like those 26ers on there.
I like it. I dig it. And these guys are doing great work. I believe it was last name Richardson. He kind of shared with everyone a little trick that he does where he shaves the barrels and then he glues the wheels back in, so it gives it a nice wide stance without taking off the chrome or gold finish. So it's kind of a
delicate hands.
Yeah, it's sick though. I mean, all of you guys, as a community, you guys do badass work. You know, Tag Torres Automotive Garage also did another build, and this one, another awesome build.
Oh yes, yeah.
Wanted to see more, like always. But I mean, this is it stands out in the crowd, different with the patina work.
But dude,
love the uniqueness. He used a flatbed in the rear, changed it up, added the wood. The patina work is awesome. Yes, you also get to see the chrome stuff that's still left.
Yeah, look at the chain and everything.
Great attention to detail. Tag Garage Miami, welcome to the den. You did an amazing job. Welcome to the finalist list, and we appreciate you being a part of the community, man. Thank you, brother. All right. Last but certainly not least, this is Yoshi Rivera with his Monte Carlo, and this is his build. Kind of very unique. Obviously, you got the wheel set up. Hard to tell if these are stickers or paintwork, but no matter what, it looks great. It's a great execution.
Yeah, it's one of those situations like we want to see more.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
You know,
and that's kind of that's the theme this year.
Yeah.
Right. And if I want to have you guys take anything away from this year's build off, is that when we are judging, and showing and advocating for your build, it's really important that you give us as much information as possible. And that information comes in the way you document your build, the photos of the finished work, to be able to see the detail, and there's builds that you guys can see that some folks took really close-up photos and the detail may not have been of the caliber of some other builders, while some other builders had high caliber of quality control, and those builds really stood out compared to other builders.
Yeah, because, a lot of the times it's like how we said in the past, is splitting hairs, right? And that extra amount of pictures makes the difference in terms of making decisions,
right? We're looking at picking builders and winners. We really wanted to kind of find the best theme build and the best show, and there's just so many amazing builds that it's really hard to navigate, especially when we're literally splitting hairs at the end and trying to do tiebreakers within the company. And it got to a point where we were stressed out trying to figure out how are we going to, pick a winner properly.
Yeah, because like in the past, there has been like one or two cars that have been like the clear winners, right? This year, it was very close, right?
Right. So normally speaking, with the build like last year, Hypnotize, it made it really easy to look at all the other builds, but then go look at that build and go, dude, how do you not?
Yeah.
And this time, when again we did a voting system, and allowed every single employee to vote on their top 5 cars, and based on the number that they gave the car, that gave each car points.
Yep.
And the car with the least amount of points won, right? And there was a top first place, a top between first and second place, a difference of 1 point on a certain theme.
Yep.
And then, of course, the best of show was literally 1 point difference as well in that regard. So, of course, we have, 5 total winners as far as the finalists, the top 5. There's going to be 2 main winners and 3 honorable mentions. And what we're going to do is the 2 top winners, as always, they're going to get their choice of lowrider to start off their next build. And the honorable mentions are going to get a special thing that we're going to reach out to you guys separately and, and do something special for you guys as well. So we appreciate you guys being a part of this. We know we've taken already an hour of your time.
Great job, guys.
We're not going to, take too much more, but if you guys can do me a big favor, before we announce the winner, I said this at the beginning of the show, and I want to really say it again. Whenever we announce a winner, there's always going to be someone that's going to be unhappy. There's going to be someone that feels that they didn't deserve it and someone else deserved it. When you talk ill in that format, it takes away from the highlight of the person that built it, and every single person that entered in, right? Every single person that entered in, they entered in with the fact that they wanted to have their artwork on display.
Yes.
And the hopes that they can be a finalist and even win one day. And I don't want to take anything away from any single one of these builders, because every single one of you did an amazing job. So if you guys can do me a huge favor, please share some flowers for every single person that was involved. I don't care if your build was top-notch, mediocre, if you shared a lot of pictures, little pictures, every single one of you made this list for a reason, and it stood out to us, and we appreciate you being here. There's some builds that did not make the list because they just were non-existent. I mean, it was it was in that regard, but we really want to make sure that every single one of you understands that this is not an easy thing to do year after year, especially when the bar gets raised every year.
I mean, we're excited to go and see what you guys done with the products that we go and, you know, provide you guys. I mean, you know, we release.
Right. And I think that's the biggest accolade that we can ask for from being Redcat. And this isn't about selling cars for us.
Yeah.
This isn't about selling parts, because there's a lot of you builders that start with the carcass that utilize parts from, you know, EPG Scale or Jeffrey's parts or, you know, Kenny Chrome or, you know, the Louis Alcalas that make the stickers, or, you know, Julian Blay, or any one of you guys that make stuff. As a community, this type of thing isn't possible without all of your amazing work. So
like what was it this year? This year was the first year that we had the 63 and 65 available, and even the Caprice.
Right, and we only saw 163 entered in.
No 65s.
No 65s.
Like,
yeah.
We even saw a Caprice.
Right. So, you know, nonetheless, guys, you know, I want to make sure that we please keep it positive. And, you know, whenever you say, go into the groups and start talking negative about who should have won or should not, then you're literally taking away from the fun factor of doing this. So please, no matter what, give everyone their due diligence. It takes a lot as a builder to put your work on display, being judged at that. I mean, that's nerve-wracking, you know? And I think for everyone that was able to have the guts to put their stuff on display, like, all of you are winners in my book. Year after year, I say this, and I'm a broken record. And I really want to go into the weekend and going into the holiday on a positive note.
100%.
And not have the negativity being shared, because it really kills the vibe. And from a mental health standpoint, there's a lot of folks out there that when they see that, it puts them in a hole. And this hobby is about uplifting one another. And I want to uplift every single person that was here, you know? So I appreciate every single one of you guys. And 65s were scarier to work on. Yeah, I get it, brother. And Ricardo Mijo says it's a little harder to paint in that regard. But, you know, nonetheless, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Without further ado, let's announce your guys' winners for this year's RC Lowrider Build Off. What started late this year compared to normal was the opportunity to be able to highlight every single one of you amazing builders from all over the world. We've had winners show up from overseas, France, the Dylan Long shows. We've had a lot of West Coast winners as well here locally, like Louis Alcala, Jeff Lozano, Seth Carranza. And is this year going to be the year that maybe someone from another part of the U.S. could win, or the other part of the world? Yeah. That's the ultimate question.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing, getting them to send the cars like from SEMA, like the was it Dylan Chong?
Dylan Long show, yep.
Yeah, that was an interesting experience.
Build. And honestly, his car and Seth's car was the biggest nerve wreck for me, taking out of the box and going away every single time.
Yeah, but it was packaged very well, though.
That's yes. So, you know, this. Usually what we do, guys, is that we go to SEMA every year and we pick a SEMA build-off winner, and we have that vehicle on display for the entire world to see. This year, Redcat, unfortunately, was not able to participate in SEMA, as we were working quite a bit on projects that have taken longer and backlogged us quite a bit. We heard you guys still wanted to do the build-off, even if it wasn't going to be done at SEMA, and allowing us the opportunity to extend it a little bit further for all of you guys to have a little bit more time to build. The thought was, let's do it right before Thanksgiving and announce it the day before we take off and get, you know, doped up on tryptophan, turkey, and stuffing, and
food comas,
right? And football.
Football, yep.
So, you know, a lot of great builders, a lot of great, amazing people that really put their heart, soul into this. And, you know, so I want to give a huge shout out, Aaron Ayala. Thank you so much for, again, returning year after year to the finalists. Season also 929, thank you so much. You're a finalist as well. Chris Valdez, amazing work on your builds. Thank you for putting yourself out there and putting your work on display for the entire world to see. Daniel Mago, thank you again. My hat goes off to you. Devin Sandy, you're an amazing builder. Thank you for being here. Donald Simon, you're amazing, brother. Your car is sick, and I love it. Francisco Camacho, thank you for showing up again. Fudge Dog Shiver, thank you again for your amazing 59. Did amazing work. Giovanni Sayeg, 59, looks beautiful. Love the purple work. Harold Emmons with your GTO, great work as well. Jesus Martinez with his 59, gorgeous. I loved it. How do you not love that car? 100%. John Lara with his 2 builds as a tribute, one of them to his daughter. My hat goes off to you, brother, cool. Man. Being a father of myself, of 3 boys, 2 of them on that are special needs, that hits my heart on so many levels, and it was a very big favorite here as well. Justin R. Ledge, thank you so much for your 3 builds. Gorgeous work on all 3 rides. I mean, we were splitting hairs on all of these vehicles, right? Mark Aramillo with your C10, we wanted to see more, but it was great to see a truck in the mix, right? Michael with his 59. 59s were here. They showed up, right? Yeah. Robert Campbell with that amazing hauler, dude. Like, that was an awesome build. Rodney Young with his turtle. Tito Maciel with his 64, Tony Roberto with his Chalino Bel Air, Tony Torres Automotive Garage with his 2 builds. Thank you so much for that. Yoshi Rivera, all of you guys, my hat goes off to you guys. You guys are all winners in my book. As I mentioned, the top 2 winners are going to receive their choice of RC Lowrider to start off their next build. And the honorable mentions, we're going to do a little special gift for you guys that I'll be reaching out to you guys separately on as well. So without further ado, your winners for this year's build off goes to, are you ready for this?
I don't even know if they hear that. just beat on it.
All right. Without further ado, your winners for this year's 2025 RC Lowrider Build Off goes to, and literally by 1 point differentiating on the top 2, goes to Chris Valdez and Robert Campbell, with honorable mentions coming in second place by a margin of a point, and sometimes even half a point, is Justin. And the honorable mentions are in no specific order, guys. Is Justin, and I misspelled Alleged. I put the right Justin. I'm sorry, I botched your name, bro. So Justin, Arledge, Donald Simon, and Giovanni Sayeg, you guys were the second highest points all the way around on your builds. Thank you so very much. Justin, your game over car came in a very tight second place. Donald Simon came in a very tight second place, and Giovanni, yours came in third. Chris Valdez with his High Times car was the first or the winner as a theme build, and his second F Cancer car, because of the work done to both. It was obviously that he was going to be a clear winner for his amazing work and what he did to it. Robert Campbell, there's just no denying the work that he did on that hauler, touching every aspect of it. And just to give you guys an idea, the winner, Chris Valdez, won with this build as the primary, and the secondary, because he was second in points, was this build. It was a crowd favorite by points. People loved it quite a bit, but this one won highest points on the theme avenue. On the best of show, obviously this one led by points, and literally by 1 point was away.
Yeah, and then there's no denying the workmanship that that was done on that thing. Then like how I said, like we always enjoy seeing like new things, right? And it really stood out.
Right. I mean, and it's one of those things, for us, especially him and I, who've been working diligently behind the scenes on this build off, we didn't have a vote. and like when I said this to you guys every single year, I myself never have a vote, and I do that on purpose because I want to advocate for everyone. And I collect all the photos, I collect all the video content to share, and I am so in depth in the community that I don't want to vote, and I kind of like shamefully do that on purpose because I don't want to be in the middle of that. But my goal is to try and highlight, and it's really important that I highlight your builds by having the most photos and videos possible. Justin's car was gorgeous, honestly. Like that was a tie with the High Times car, and that was a tiebreaker that we had to do 3 different times.
Yeah,
it was that close. You know, saying
crazy.
when it comes to the theme build, you know. So you know, Justin. I don't want anyone to take anything away from you as a builder, bro. In my opinion, you are just as much a first place winner as anyone else, and you earned the right to call yourself a build off finalist, and in my opinion, a winner because you did place top 3. So all of you guys did amazing work, and every single person that entered in did amazing in that right sense. Again, everyone did amazing work. Everyone put their heart, soul into their builds. If you guys can do me one last favor, clap, you know, flowers for everyone involved. Please, 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 as you guys navigate into the weekend, don't trash talk any of these builds and other people and who should have won, who didn't win. Everyone was an amazing builder nonetheless. Jake Break Bill, was there a picture of the C10? Yes, the C10 was one picture only.
It's actually like a video type of thing, but
but again, when we do this, I have to use only the pictures that were utilized, that were tagged, and use the hashtags RC Lowrider Build Off 25, RC Lowrider Creations, or Redcat Creations. And there's like 3 of them in particular that have to be used, and you have to tag Redcat.
Oh, we have to use what we were what we're given. That's
within the rule
set.
set. So if there's anyone that posts pictures on their own, I can't go to your personal page and take those photos if they don't have the hashtags and if they don't have the tags. So that's how we have to keep it fair, right? That's why it's important to follow the rules, and you know, when you do so, to share as much as possible. You know,
it makes it hard, you know.
Because there's some that, like I said, that I was like, man, had I been able to use that, you know. So
because we have to make it fair for everyone, because if we go and gather up outside information that's biased.
And we've had different crews win. You know, I don't know at the time Louis was on any crew, but Louis Alcala won as a solo. I think Jeff Lozano the past one as a solo rider by himself, not within a crew at the time. Dylan Longcho, he's a lone rider, right? Last year Delegations has a win, you know, with Seth's car. And they had the ice cream truck, so they had 2 cars on display. This year, you know, you have Addictive Habits, you know, with Justin, Chris Valdez being a part of that crew, so now they get to chuck up a win as well. Block Boys finally have a win as well with because I believe Robert Campbell's with Block Boys.
There you go.
I mean, you guys are all, you know, cashing in wherever possible, and every single one of these finalists, your guys' crews were represented, you know, if they were in them. So you know, I appreciate that. I love it, you know. So guys, from all of us here at Redcat, thank you so very much. Again, keep it positive out there, give everyone their love and respect, and if you want to do this again next year, we're going to reconvene and try to find a way to make it easier to share photos,
100%.
to make everything a little bit more easier for us to find as a team here as well. But we appreciate all of your guys' hard work and dedication. You guys have done amazing, and I don't want to take anything away from any single one of you builders, because I personally can't build that quality of car. Can you? Well, you can engineer them.
Well, you know,
engineered that thing that's sitting over there.
I mean, but like when it comes to this, it's like art, right? You know, that's a difficult thing to go and do, right? Like, like you can go and build like you know, something, right? But for these guys to go and take it to the next level, right? You know, the amount of detail, workmanship, you know, it's really cool to see.
Absolutely, man. You know, and again, everyone did an amazing job, and I think again, hardest competitions to be a part of and to judge. And again, like I said, we had a tiebreaker, and they went on 3 times in a row. And so I think to be able to be a part of this community and to have done it has been an amazing thing to do. So Again, guys, thank you guys so very much. We hope all of you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And if you don't participate in Thanksgiving, no problem. We hope you have an amazing, hopefully quality time with you and yours. It's important to us that you guys, whatever you guys do, or you guys are out on the road, please, if you're traveling, get home safe and sound. That's number one priority. We're going to try and kick off our weekend here. We're going to be closed, obviously, Thursday and Friday. So if you guys have any reason for needing help from our support team or warranty team, please know that our office will be closed until Monday. So we'll try and catch up on everything there as much as we can. So there it is. The crew RC in the house. Congratulations to my car club brother, Justin Arledge. See, even he misspelled his name. So I love it, guys. 100%. Yeah, Jacob, you know, it's hard, man. Like I said, and it's because there was favorites, you know, people love something about a car on this car and they love more things about this car. And it was down to the points, you know? And so what we did is we started fresh again and allowed them, each person to literally click through each picture and revote again and revote again until we can finally get that tiebreaker. But nonetheless, everyone did an amazing job. So thank you guys so much. We hope that you guys have an amazing and blessed week ahead for yourselves. Please be safe. Keep the rubber side down. And we'll see you guys here next week.
Travel safely.
Yeah. We'll see you guys here next week. Same time, same channel. Hopefully with a little bit more to share with you guys. So from all of us here at Redcat, thank you guys so very much. We appreciate you guys.